Improving intercultural communication competence. Seeking information about a culture that is unfamiliar to me. I chose the Vietnamese culture because it is very different from my own in a few aspects. Asking questions and listening effectively to people from other cultures. I asked my Vietnamese friend a few questions about her culture and her family. I asked her, "How long has your family lived in the United States?" She told me that her dad had been in the U.S. since 1974, and his family first lived in West Virginia, and her mom came to the U.S. in 1991. Do schools in Vietnam have a janitor? She told me that they do not have a janitor in their schools like what we have here. The students and the teachers help keep the school clean each week. 2 students are assigned to help keep the school clean. I think that this is a very good thing because it shows the students to respect their school. How are you expected to speak to adults? You are to speak to adults in a more formal way than how you speak to your friends. How is the Vietnamese culture different from my own? A couple of the differences are, when a baby is born, it is automatically considered being a year old. Couples do not show affection in public other than holding hands. If they hug or kiss, it is in private where no one will see them. Unlike in the U.S., hugging and kissing and holding hands is very public. When the Vietnamese New Year hits, everyone will automatically become a year older. For Christmas, the Vietnamese culture will get a day off of school, whereas we get 2 weeks or more. In Vietnam, the middle school and high school, each time the bell rings, the students don't move classes like in the United States, but instead, the teachers will move classrooms. The students' grades are posted on a bulletin board where everyone will see their scores and will see who is top ranked in their class and who is not. The Vietnamese culture is much more competitive than our culture. Additional differences include, in Vietnam, Halloween and Thanksgiving aren't big holidays. If you are speaking to a sibling who is older, you call them brother or sister. You don't call them by their first name. It is considered to be very disrespectful. However, if the sibling is younger, then the older sibling can call them by their first names. On the mom and dad's side of the family, how you address your grandparents, aunts, and uncles, the words differ for each side so that you can know exactly who you are talking about and on exactly what side of the family you are referring to. Their language and vocabulary is much more formal than our own. Tolerating ambiguity and uncertainty when interacting with someone from a different culture. Don't be offended if it appears you are on a different page. Don't assume the other person is being aggressive or negative. Be open-minded when talking about them and their culture. Develop creative and flexible approaches to interacting with others from different cultures. Find common interests, openly discuss differences in belief, go out of your way to invite them to some of our cultural events, such as our 4th of July and Halloween. Be open-minded to attending some of their cultural events and participate. Skillfully oriented when interacting with someone from a different culture. It is important to build a relationship with people from other cultures so as to make them feel as though their culture is important to me. Such as, when celebrating another country's culture, it is important to participate and show your desire to learn more and to include other cultures in your life. Appropriately adapt my communication when interacting with someone from a different culture. It is important to be open-minded and willing to listen to the things of other cultures in hopes that other cultures would embrace mine as well.